What makes a car unkillable? Some car models have existed for decades, making them older than the highways they drive on. And yes, older than Morgan Freeman. But you might ask yourself why these cars still exist, while others only live for a couple of years. The simple answer: reputation. There's 4 distinct categories of survivors. The first being the workhorses have transcended being regular vehicles and are now essentials to a modern economy for their ability to do tasks. The Suburban looks nothing like its first generation. Nonetheless, no car depicts the need of the American consumer better, with its big, useful box identity with a truck chassis on the bottom. This, of course, is essential to any working economy, and surely should be an accessible car to the public. The F-Series formula is simple. If you need a truck, you need a truck. At some point also becoming something of a tax strategy. The truck is now for fleets, farms, luxury, off-road, and high-performance use cases for the compensating. The VW van is an icon of utility for its shape and simplicity, now evolving into this. The identities are the cultural faces of their respective brands, even representing their regions in some way, standing in the face of meticulous evolution that stood the test of time, while following the principles of predecessors. The Porsche 911 is an expert of evolution, following a strict design language, with the engine in the rear, and an emphasis on engineering and craftsmanship. These cars have earned serious racing pedigree that has garnered respect across drivers of all kinds for their racing history, even having their own cup titles dedicated to their brand. This allows them to sell race cars for the street with unique configurations that can be tailored to your heart's desire, which explains why every male over 25 wants a Porsche. The Corvette, in many ways, is the American 911. Yes, I know the Corvette is older, though it's different from the 911 by being a car not afraid to change its principles and design for what's trendy, as can be seen with these pop-up headlights. The Corvette has also garnered a respectable racing pedigree, creating some uniquely American race cars that have dominated in GT racing, also having evolved into a muscle car in a supercar outfit, always pushing to be an incredible value proposition compared to other supercars, evident with the new C8 and its decision to go mid-engined. The Mustang is an emotional staple of American muscle and is arguably the most well-known muscle car in the world, despite Ford's few mishaps. Nevertheless, the Mustang has always been about muscle and V8 power, even becoming something of a race car today. It will likely never be discontinued, as it remains one of the only muscle cars on sale today. The Mini Cooper is a fun exception because of its long life split across 2 eras. The original Mini ran from 1959 to 2000 with virtually no changes. No, seriously, guess which car is older between these 2 pictures? BMW brought the Mini Cooper back as a premium small car brand, rather than the cheap economy car it was. This lifestyle-oriented car had almost zero practicality, and was left to survive by appealing to its feminine audience. The Prestiges survived by being icons in an infamously difficult market to penetrate, the luxury car buyer. These buyers are loyal to select brands who must earn their respect first. The Mercedes-Benz S-Class is the definition of a flagship luxury sedan. It stands as a marvel of engineering, comfort, and elegant design, known all around the world as the car that spoke power. The car that was well received by criminal bosses and politicians alike. The car stands as a testament to craftsmanship and lets the pores around you know who's the boss. The car always commands presence without being out of the ordinary. It's a statement of tasteful elegance that absorbs all the latest technology and comforts of its time. Evident by the unveiling of the new 2027 S-Class. The Toyota Crown is the Japanese S-Class, reminiscent of a time when Japan at the height of its economy boom, with the caveat of changing its body style to suit anyone's needs. The car features oriental craftsmanship and a heavy emphasis on longevity and quality to ensure customer satisfaction and respect. And yes, they still sell this car today, even though I'm not really sure who it is meant for. And I don't mean that as a joke. But seriously, what is this supposed to be? A crossover in a sedan's body?
What's this called then, this latest car?
It's called a Range Rover, Danny.
The Range Rover almost single-handedly created the luxury off-roader segment, and was known for its ability to look aristocratic, capable, and reliable. Oh, ignore that. In all seriousness, this car is a representation of a tough vehicle that still enjoys a plentiful comfort selection, and exists as a status symbol all across the world today, for its pedigree of quality, though I can't say the same as its off-road ability. The appliances still exist by being boring and predictable, which is exactly what mass-market vehicles tend to reward. These cars were built for the ordinary buyer, and built for one reason only: money. These cars have sold tens of millions of units, and it would be a total mess-up for these companies to discontinue these nameplates.
Now, let's move on to the cars that made it a long way, but passed away recently, starting with the VW Beetle.
This car would have been one of the oldest cars on the list, and it's no surprise why. Similar to the Mini, the Beetle stuck to the exact same design for decades, selling until 2003. VW tried to bring it back with an updated retro styling, but sales were favoring crossovers, and the car grew too difficult to pass emission with. No matter what VW did, the Beetle died a sad death in 2019. However, I would make the case the Beetle is one of the best contenders for an EV reboot for its iconic design and its body style already accommodating a battery pack on the bottom. Volkswagen, hit my line. The Jaguar XJ was a British luxury full-size sedan that failed due to Jaguar's inability to adapt. The XJ was a luxurious competitor to cars like Bentley and even Rolls-Royce, with its careful attention to detail and large engines. Though as time went on, the cars started falling out of the spotlight, barely being a competitor to the 5 Series before its final year, where it offered the worst value out of any sedan at the time. We're not even sure if Jaguar still fully exists as a brand now that they've shown this, and it seems like Waymo is all they will be known for. Rest in peace to an icon. Now this is what I am fucking talking about. A true American classic. Surely Chevrolet couldn't disgrace this nameplate to smithereens. A car with bold lines, a huge V8, a gigantic road presence. I mean, look at this thing. This is everything you could ever ask for out of a car. Just pure American muscle design. Who cares about safety regulations when you had everything you needed?
The couch seat at the front so as to make it easier when you're banging your super hot girlfriend on the highway. I mean, everything about this car is iconic and true to the American muscle heart.
Even the 90s treated this car awesomely with the same V8 and rear-wheel drive experience. Yeah, I mean, I can't really say more. This car deserved it.